Hi everyone, welcome to the HuntLeader.com YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Herstal P90 AEG electric airsoft rifle review. Are you thinking of buying an electric gun from Airsoft? If you just started in the airsoft, you may still have some doubts about what type of gun to choose, and that is why we have created this guide for you to choose among the best airsoft electric guns. And it is that in the airsoft we can find different types of guns: spring, electric, gas, CO2. So it is normal that you still do not know which is the best option, or rather, which is the one that is best for you. Therefore, in this article we will see how electric airsoft guns are and their main advantages and uses. They always have the same output power that the battery offers, since it does not depend on the temperature or any gas, but on the type of battery. This airsoft replica of the Herstal P90 Tactical is a replica of very high quality with maximum precision thanks to its adjustable hop-up system. It includes 3 shooting modes: security, semi-auto and full auto, accessible from both sides of the replica, easy activation for left-handed and right-handed, by a pivoting selector button which allows the player to vary his pleasures during his parts of airsoft. His cockpit is also ambidextrous. The shoulder of the shoulder is covered with rubber at the end to prevent slipping and to maintain it. It is possible to add a strap for easier transport. This is undoubtedly one of the best weapons that exist in 2019 to start in the world of airsoft. Since this airsoft weapon is a submachine gun that works by electrically battery, which makes it the cheapest type of weapons on the market. Airsoft electric weapons are always the cheapest, the easiest type of weapon to use by its great handling, its small size and its lightweight, its precision and viability in both long and short distances. Distance: this weapon reaches distances of 35 to 50 meters, so that it is not only a good weapon for smaller environments such as CQB but also for long distance spaces. The hop-up of the airsoft weapon is adjustable. The hop-up is a jelly that gets inside the cannon so it can vary, so this jelly is large as it can determine the power and accuracy of shooting is. Although if like this weapon, if we have an adjustable hop-up we can choose what suits us at all times. 3 mounting rails in the airsoft submachine gun made of metal. This, although a very simple detail, few airsoft weapons usually have. Thanks to having the lane at the top of the Herstal P90 Cybergun Desert, we can adjust a flashlight to illuminate any dark area, a laser, to aim for long distances, in our weapon or both. The weapon is totally ambidextrous, so if you are both right and left-handed you will have no problem using the weapon. Airsoft gun material: not counting the metal rails, the gun is made entirely of a sturdy and lightweight ABS polymer material. If you have already gone through some of our previous posts, you will know that the theme of the replicas for airsoft is quite broad. In this sense, I will show you what are the types of replicas for airsoft and how each one works. Since there is not only an infinity of brands and manufacturers, but in addition, we can also differentiate the replicas according to their operating mechanisms. Before I begin to know more specifically each of these types, I will briefly mention them according to their appearance in the market. First, the spring replicas for airsoft were developed. Later, the replicas whose firing mechanism works based on gas or CO2 were added to the market. Finally, and more recently, replicas whose firing mechanism is powered by an electric motor appeared on the market. Knowing this in advance is very helpful so that we can get a general idea of which type is considered the most sophisticated. Or not? The Airsoft Block 17 replicas airsoft gas along with replicas spring. They have lost popularity among sports practitioners. But this is due more to the recent development of electric replicas than to the possible defects that the former may present. However, gas replicas have earned the loyalty of a considerable number of athletes. Since they have an essential factor that highlights them against the other 2 types of replicas for airsoft. I'm talking about the realism factor. And it is that gas replicas are well known for their realism both in appearance and in experience of use. Although in reality, this factor can vary greatly between some brands and others. Understanding how these replicas work is very simple, having known the operation of the other 2 types of replicas for airsoft. Basically, we are facing a system that uses a battery that provides small discharges of energy to an electric motor. The latter moves gears that, in turn, they are responsible for compressing the piston. Which is propelled forward by a spring when the trigger is pulled. In its trajectory, the piston sweeps the air in front of it and thus drives each ball. These Airsoft 1911 weapons adapt perfectly to the necessary handling of small, fast-acting spaces and without the need for as much precision as are the CQBs, as well as slightly wider spaces, since they reach great distances and allow you to change your mouth for longer ones and thus reach longer distances. As not also thinking about the pocket, these weapons being electric, are usually much cheaper than the Airsoft CO2 or DOC weapons, without being so expensive to repair, and without sacrificing power. So if you are starting in the world of Airsoft and do not know yet what type of game mode or field type you prefer to play, our recommendation is this Airsoft weapon.